Alright guys, G-Funk is back. Welcome to the G-Funky 84 Boxing Talk. We're going to talk about this Mayweather Pacquiao situation, the after effects that I'm seeing, that I'm hearing, that I'm reading on the internet. And this is mostly for the casual fans, okay? Most hardcore fans know what happened. They know how to score fights. They know what to look for. They know who to trust, to get boxing news and stuff like that. So, this video is not really for you, but I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm hearing a lot of talk. So I'm just gonna get down to some basics here for some of the casuals, okay? Because I know that there's a lot that watch the fight, and they're complaining about the outcome. They're complaining about the fight itself. So let's just get into it right away, okay? Also, I'm gonna go over who and what to stay away from when trying to learn about boxing or trying to get into boxing, okay? So let's go over first things first on how to score a fight, okay? Now, there's a 4 criteria system that the judges use, okay? And they put this up before every single fight. So the next time that you watch a fight, pay attention to, what they show before the actual fighters walk into the ring and stuff like that. But they put this up every single time, okay? Number 1 is clean punching. Number 2 is effective aggressiveness. Number 3 is ring generalship. And number 4 is defense, okay? Those are the things that the judges look for when scoring a fight. And those are the exact same things that G-Funk looks for when he's scoring a fight, okay? I'm not one of these guys that says, well, I like guys who box, so I'm gonna look for the guy who's the boxer and give him the rounds. Or I like the guy who likes to bang inside, right? So that's the guy I'm looking for, the guy or the aggressor, whatever. No, I don't do that, okay? There was a time when I used to do those sort of things, when I was younger, teenager, watching boxing. I had my favorite fighters, and I would, look for any way for them to win the fight. But I don't do that no more. I'm getting, I'm older, I'm wiser, and I'm using my brain more to watch than my heart, okay? And that's what I encourage a lot of you guys to do when scoring boxing, okay? So you know what you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Don't get excited by the commentators, the crowd noise, none of that. That doesn't count, okay? It does nothing as far as, it doesn't affect the scorecards, okay? So let's go over again with the clean punching, okay? It says clean punching, not hard punching or anything like that, okay? So you can't give a guy extra credit just because he is the power puncher, okay? If you got a guy who's a power puncher and a guy who's a counter puncher fighting, okay? That the power puncher is throwing harder punches, obviously, than the counter puncher most of the time. So, if the counter puncher is countering the guy like crazy, through the round, and let's say the guy who's the power puncher lands, 2 to 3 good power shots, you can't just give him the round and just say, well, he hit him harder, so, I'm going to give him the round. No. The guy who's landing the more cleaner punches in that criteria of the scoring wins, okay? It doesn't matter if he's punching him harder or not. The punches has to land, okay? That's it. Has to land on the face, the side of the head, or the torso, okay? Anywhere in there, as long as it lands, and it counts, okay? The only time that power punches affect the scoring is when there's a knockdown or a knockout, obviously, okay? Number 2, effective aggressiveness. Now, this is a guy who, is consistently and successfully moving forward in a controlled manner, okay? Not wild or none of that crap, okay? So this is a guy, again, who has to come forward in a controlled manner, and he's the one that's controlling the fight. He's stopping the guy who's moving, okay? He's stopping him, cornering him in the ropes or in the corner, right? And busting him up, banging him with some good body shots, ripping hooks up top, uppercuts, whatever you want to have, whatever it is, okay? He has to be, doing some damage to be given points in this part of scoring. Just because he's coming forward and he's swinging and hitting nothing, you know, that you can't give him credit for being the effective aggressor. It has to be effective, okay? Number 3, ring generalship. Okay, this is the guy who controls the style and the pace of the fight. All right, if you know that you got a guy who's a boxer and wants to move around the ring and use the ring to his advantage, okay, and that's what the fight's looking like, then he's winning that part of the judging, okay, of the scoring. The guy who wants to come forward and make it a fight, make it a brawl, if he's forcing the guy that wants to box to fight his fight, then he's controlling the pace and the style of the bout, okay? It's that simple. Then you got the last one, which a lot of people really didn't even know that this counts in scoring boxing, which is defense. Okay? The guy has to skillfully show defensive maneuvers in the ring, okay? Like making guys miss, blocking shots, you know, slipping, dodging, whatever you want to call it, okay? That's what you get. Then you want to mix clean punching into that, a counter shot after making the guy miss, you know? So again, that's how you score boxing. All right, guys? I just want to go over that real quickly. Now, as far as the fight goes, the fight that happened on Saturday between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, if you go by this, okay, it's pretty clear to me and to most people, all right, most people who know how to score boxing, that Floyd Mayweather won at least 3 out of the 4, okay? If you want to say Pacquiao was, you know, the aggressor, I mean, he was being effective in a few rounds, but not enough rounds to win the fight, okay? Definitely round 4 and round 6 were his rounds. He hurt Mayweather in the 4th round with a good counter left hand. Got him against the ropes, you know, threw some flurries. Same thing in round 6. You know, there was a couple of early rounds that I gave to Pacquiao, you know, just because Floyd, I felt he did a little too much clinching and holding. Okay, and that, again, there's nothing about clinching and holding in here. That doesn't count as defense or nothing like that. Okay, it just doesn't. So that's why I gave Pacquiao a couple of rounds early. I only gave him 4 rounds out of the fight. The rest of the time, the rest of the rounds went to Mayweather. So again, when you score a boxing match, this is what you look for here. Okay. So now let's go to who to stay away from when, you know, trying to, you know, get more into boxing, right? Because you got a lot of sports channels, you got a lot of people, you know, on Twitter, a lot of, you know, writers and websites, okay? The main people to stay away from when trying to research boxing or hear boxing talk, okay? One place, the main place, ESPN, okay? The quote-unquote worldwide leader of sports, right? When it comes to boxing, they absolutely are garbage, okay? The only show that had any kind of value to it was Friday Night Fights with Teddy Atlas, but I don't even think that show is on ESPN anymore. I think that they switched it up or something, you know? But he's the only guy to listen to. If Teddy Atlas is still there and he's an analyst for ESPN, and you happen to watch ESPN and you see him talking boxing, you know, that's a guy who you can listen to and learn from, okay? Anybody else, complete garbage, okay? Don't listen to Dan Rayfield, all right? The guy doesn't know what he's talking about, right? He favors a lot of fighters, you know, he just, you know, I'm sorry. Don't listen to him, okay? Stephen A. Smith, he's nothing but a fanboy, all right? That's all he is. He just roots for the guys that he likes, and that's it. You know, we all know that he's on Floyd Mayweather's nuts, okay? That's all he does is cheerlead, okay? He doesn't break things down. Skip brainless, all right? I know his name is Bayless, but he's brainless when it comes to boxing, right? Huge pactard, okay? On the highest level. Getting paid a lot of money to come up here and talk nonsense about boxing, okay? Now, if anybody watched the show today, which is May 4th, 2015, this guy really came on the show, Skip Bayless, and tried to make a case for Manny Pacquiao winning the fight. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, again, we just went over how to score boxing, okay? And there's no way Pacquiao won the fight. I'm sorry. All he did was go on there and complain and cry about how Floyd was just running. He didn't do any damage. You know, Pacquiao did all the damage in the fight. That's what he said. I mean, it's just ridiculous, some of the things this guy says. He even went as far as to say that just because he scored the Leon Spinks and Muhammad Ali rematch in the 70s, some guy told him, this is how you score boxing. You give the rounds to the aggressor. Whoever the aggressor is wins. Again, we just went over how to score boxing. It does not say that, okay? It just doesn't. Alright? For him to go on national TV and say that is it's a crime, in my opinion, alright? Don't listen to these guys. They will brainwash you, okay? They will seriously brainwash you into thinking that, you know, something happened that really didn't happen, alright? If you complain about Mayweather moving too much, okay, that was a part of his plan to use the ring, okay? The ring is big for a reason, alright? You can take advantage of that, especially when you know you got a guy in front of you that doesn't know how to cut off the ring properly like Manny Pacquiao, okay? That was the problem, okay? Floyd Mayweather knew that. That's why he took advantage of it, alright? It's Pacquiao's job and Freddie Roach's job to know that coming in. I mean, who doesn't know that, okay? Who does not know that? Mayweather's going to go in there and use the ring to his advantage, you know? They should have known that going in. Work on cutting off the ring, okay? Work on that. Work on your jab, okay? You're not going to walk a guy down into the corner or to the ropes without a jab. You're just not going to, okay? I'm sorry. I mean, again, Skip Bayless, he really has no business talking about boxing ever again. And if this video gets big and he hears it, you know, I will gladly go on your show and annihilate you in front of the whole world when it comes to boxing, okay? Because you have no idea what you're talking about. None. None at all. All you're doing is sniveling and crying because your favorite fighter didn't get the win. Then you go as far as to say that the judges were corrupt because he's not from the United States. I mean, Pacquiao has been on the winning side of bad decisions a lot in his career, okay? So let's not go there. Let's just not go there, all right? He's won controversial decisions before, all right? So to say that he can't get a win on the United States soil, no, complete BS. Don't listen to this guy, all right? Don't listen to this guy. All right, guys. So, you know, again, there was no buying the judges on Mayweather's part. None of that. Okay. None of that. Simple boxing is all he did, and Pacquiao couldn't do nothing with it. Okay. He just couldn't. I'm sorry, guys. I know that he's popular and a lot of people like him. You know, and that's cool, man. I have no problem with that. But you gotta learn the sport before you sit down and talk with the big boys, all right? And you know, there is a lot of people out there that are hardcore fans like myself that judge fights based off what they like. You know, just because you like guys that come forward and you don't like guys that box, doesn't mean you sit there and look for any reason or come up with excuses as to why your guy won. Okay, score the fight by the judging criteria. Okay, that's that. If you say, like Skip Bayless, oh, you know, you just look for the aggressor and that's the guy who wins, you know, then you already know, then you should just already fill out your scorecard before the fight starts, okay? Don't even watch the fight. Don't even watch it. It's that simple, alright? So again, this is the after effects, alright? And, you know, hopefully I don't have to do another video like this. I hope not. But, you know, casuals, like I said, hopefully you stick to watching boxing, you know, and because it is a good sport to watch. It is fun to watch, especially when you know what you're looking for, you know. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know what you think. This is G Funk. I'm out.